Hi, this is Ben from Turnsounds, and 3 eyes are better than 2.
Yep, droid is ready.
Hello there.
No droid.
That R2 unit is in prime condition.
No, thank you.
I'm with the droid on this one.
Wow, relax, droid.
Congratulations.
Do you like what I was doing there with that intro?
Hang on, I can't quite hear it. Do it again. Do it
I
again.
was actually not doing anything at all.
Oh man.
Liar.
Pretty much.
Go
Hello
again.
there, and welcome to Astromech. This is what a special day it is today on episode 111 CXI, brought to you by me, Isaac the Hutt, and there'll be some conversation as to why that is a little bit later. Who have we got here? Well, yeah, Isaac, Mark Anthony, Isaac the Hutt. Why not? Joined by Liam.
Youngling Liam today, I think.
Yeah.
I think Youngling Liam.
If you'd lower the shades, that'd be nice. And joining us also, we have special guest Benjamin.
Old Ben, the hermit, shortly returned back from the desert.
Very much so. And at this point, people will very much be saying, Old Ben, Old Ben.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
It's,
It's not quite the quote, but close
It
enough.
fits.
well, look,
It fits.
Ben has been, well, where have you been, Ben?
I've been in Esperance, and then just this last week I've been in Kew working on a movie. I'm doing a behind-the-scenes documentary that's quite exciting. So, yeah, stay tuned for when that comes out next year.
It's all looking very, very nice. You plugged the show while you were away?
I did. Yep.
All right. Find a way to follow up on that. All right. Well, a couple of things bringing you into this show. I got a few mind worms as well, as always, if you guys have anything.
Cool.
And if people listening or watching, turnsounds@gmail.com, that's how we do that. First of all, this is not a dig. This is just kind of like explain yourself. Been waiting a long time.
I love that you need to start with that.
Oh, look, it's been because I have a list on my phone of like things to put
Ben
in the
has
show.
to explain.
That as well. But this has just been on my phone for ages. So back in, I think, 2009, when I joined Facebook, it was at that time where you're filling out your profile. You know, you're excited about having an account because Facebook was newish. And I started adding family members to my Facebook group. And Benjamin, being such a great friend of mine, I thought, you know what? He's more than a friend. He's more of a brother, isn't he? And so I sent a request to Benjamin, like requesting to be brother status on Facebook. And to this day, it has been left unanswered.
Really?
So, explain yourself.
Well, I don't know. It's just a bit cringe, isn't it?
In 2009, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was all the rage.
I like to think I'm ahead of the times, but I'm like, that'll be cringe in 10 years
Good
from
answer.
now.
Good
So
answer.
I'm just going to protect my future self.
You're my brother, Benjamin.
Because what would be worse? That or getting to a point where I remove you and you're not my brother anymore.
Well, you just delete Facebook, then I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But do you get a notification if someone deletes your brother status?
No.
Probably not, but he'd find out one day and then he'd be like very angry at me for a few weeks.
It'd be this, but worse. All right. Well, look. You know, now you might. You know, I'm saying you might not have noticed it, but now there it is. It's still sitting
I have,
there.
and yeah, there
All
you
right.
go.
And for another 10 years, it'll remain on pending.
There you go. All right. Well,
Dinkum flicker. Someone will get that.
Yes.
Liam got it.
I'm not in the know on that one.
Daryl and Michael.
All right. Well, I'd like to move on to something, if that's all right with you two.
Sure.
I bought, and this is just my kind of like little, not mind worm, but like in the life of Isaac, if you care. I'm doing swimming at the moment. Bought some underwater
Hey.
earphones.
I
Yeah.
did not know that
I
was a
didn't-
thing.
Mm. Sony, who don't sponsor us, but they could, have
Please.
brought out a pair of like, you know, deep in-ear things, but they also have MP3 storage and all that. It's very cool.
Wow.
I put on them a New Hope, the audio only, because I thought to myself, like,
Well,
music.
You can't listen to the visuals.
That's
so
it.
That's a good way to
Well, that's
go.
it. I said to myself, I've seen this movie so many dang times. I'm sure if I just listen to the audio, I can kind of paint a picture in my head as I go along.
Interesting.
Because the problem with doing laps in the pool, I get bored. It's just like you're doing nothing but swimming. You can't look at anything. So I was like, yeah, let me listen to this movie and see if I can. And it's pretty phenomenal, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, the quieter bits don't really translate too well because he's splashing around in the pool. But but no, they're like in particular the cell escape on the Death Star. I was like going along frame for frame in my mind. It was
I like
That's
that.
impressive.
yeah. Well, it's a bit sad, really, but
Well,
yeah.
people
Everyone else
learn
there.
Klingon, so you know.
That's true.
This is
There's
true.
worse.
And everyone else swimming there's probably got something really upbeat like
Well,
while they're swimming.
it was the
Yeah,
Cantina
it's a
band at
little
one
lame,
point, and I was
Yeah.
yeah,
Casually starting to do like synchronized swimming moves instead of laps.
good stuff there. All right, well, why don't we move into a bit of a game here? This is going to be a little bit different. It's called Character Reference, and here's a little stinger for you.
Wouldn't be nice to you. Doesn't pay much.
Well, this would usually be the point of the show where, you know, an elected person gives a call to another person and they have to give a positive or just a reference for a Star Wars character that they know. This particular time, I'm going to shake things up. Ben hasn't been on the show for a while, and I'll bet he hasn't listened to the show at all. But you've been without reception, so
Yeah.
that's probably the only reason why.
That's right.
I'm saying, Liam, you are a business partner of mine, and we're going around ringing people. We're doing phone interviews with people, right? And we have decided that we're going to ring up Count Dooku.
Oh, I like it.
I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah. Oh, do you want a little?
That's really good.
Was it? Oh, yeah, that was a good count.
Yeah.
I can do better, but
All right. All right. So that's pretty much how it's going to go. I leave it up to you, Liam, to decide what the job is for.
So we're business partners. We're
Yes.
calling Ben for Count Doogie for an interview, phone interview. Okay, what's our business?
I don't know. What's our business?
Ooh. What would Count Dooku apply for?
Gee.
accounting.
Actually
Yes.
like it.
All right.
I like it.
All
All
right,
right, we're an accounting firm.
All right. Bring, bring. Bring, bring.
Is this where I pick up the phone?
Bring, bring.
Hello.
Hello there. Am I speaking with a Count Dooku?
Yes, that is me.
Hi, yes. Johnson & Johnson Accounting calling here. I'm here with my business partner, Johnson.
Pleasure. Thank you, Johnson. How are you doing today, Count?
I am very well, but surely I could be better.
Well, that's good to know. Self-improvement is always is a plus. Look, obviously you applied for this job, and we just want to conduct a bit of an interview over the phone, sort of see if you're fitted for the position. I'll pass it over to my associate here.
Thank you very much. Look, just to get the ball rolling, before we get the ball rolling, can I ask what your first name is? It's not Count, is it? Because Count is title.
It's a good question, Johnson.
Thank you, Johnson.
Next question, please.
Oh, a bit shady.
I'm a little bit taken back by that. As you don't want us to know your first name?
Well, as someone held in as high regard as I am to be called a count, surely I should be asking the questions.
Well, he's got a
Right,
point there.
yeah.
I mean, do you have any questions for us?
Not really.
Okay.
Next question, please.
All right. Well, you see, only because we interviewed a guy from the Hitchhikers to the Guide to the Galaxy, and he wouldn't tell us his name either. And so obviously, you can't even trust a man who won't even tell you his own name. So
It does ring alarm bells.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we really are going to push on this, I'm afraid.
Well, if you must know, it's Christopher.
Christopher.
Okay, Christopher.
All right. Was that really so bad?
Yes.
Okay. Deeply ashamed.
You weren't kidding when you said surely you can do better.
Okay. All right. Well,
Alrighty.
clearly this is going somewhere.
Swimmingly.
Okay.
All right. Well, look. Tell you what. What's been your past experience? You've applied for the role of senior accountant.
Yes, well, I've overseen the construction of a very large construction.
I see.
Can you elaborate on that a bit more?
The specific details of which I can't elaborate on too much, but let's just say it's for one of the greatest powers in the galaxy, and it will give them even more power.
Like solar power type thing.
Planet-scale power.
Planet scale? All right, that sounds.
could be solar.
Yeah, we'll
Solar
write that
still
one down.
fits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
So,
Accounting.
can you help me understand then? How does that translate into an accounting perspective?
Well, there's a lot of moving parts, and there's constructing something in zero gravity. There's a lot of details. So.
Yep.
Well, Johnson, if you wouldn't mind me hitting him up with a quick hypothetical here.
Yeah, great.
It's just a little bit of a scenario here. We do this for all of our applicants. Say, you're in your office late one day, about to leave, office hours are closed, and you get one last job coming through. What do you do?
I would stay until the job is done.
Oh,
I think that's pretty good, Johnson. I
Yeah.
think that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
Well,
I will ask one further question, though.
Of course.
Say this one person who comes in is disgruntled. He turns around and says you haven't done a good job. What's your response to that?
I would remove their head from their body with my
figuratively.
lightsaber.
Oh,
Oh.
he has a lifesaver.
Yeah, lifesavers are pretty good, but how would you? How was a lifesaver?
I think he broke up. Did he say he'd get ahead with his lifesaver?
It's possible. Can you clarify? Did you say like a lifesaver is in a flotation device or?
A
Like-
laser sword.
Okay. Well, listen, we'll get back to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
We have your number.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've just had there's two Jedi breaking into my ship. I must go confront them. They're trying to. I've got a very valuable prisoner on board. I must make sure that he's kept safe.
Okay, this is a little bit odd. I just need to ask.
Passenger.
Did you just apply for this role because, accounting and your account? Is that?
Seems likely.
Does it help?
As a matter of fact,
Johnson?
it would look good on the door, wouldn't it?
It would look very good on the door.
Senior accountant Count Dooku.
I'll take the job. When can I start?
5 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. These guys are getting very close to my very valuable passenger. So I must go. I'll call you right back.
Okay. Bye bye now.
Farewell.
Johnson, I think that interview went swimmingly.
Did he say he was on a spaceship?
Yeah, I think, and he had a. Did he say prisoner?
I think passenger, prisoner.
Passenger?
Yeah.
Look, there are a few red flags,
Yeah. That's all right.
but
We'll look through the rest of our applicants. Why don't we?
yeah, that Jar Jar Binks looks promising.
No. Never Jar Jar Binks.
That was amazing.
Was it?
I love that so much.
Yeah, I'll give you one of those.
That was
Nice
fantastic.
job, guys. Yeah, I don't know if I helped you out much there.
No, but that's what made it so good,
So much pushback from you.
and I loved it. It was perfect.
Yeah, it's very nicely done then. All right, well, I reckon this is going to be a tricky part. It's been easy over the past couple of weeks with Ben not being here, but we're going to very quickly lay down our thoughts on the Bad Batch episode 14, War Mantle.
How many episodes are there overall?
16, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
drawing near to a close. And with the events of this one, I think it's really building up to quite the finale.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
In fact, we don't have a
boy.
Bad Batch intro. So, Liam, would you go ahead and play the kalimba for us?
The Bad Batch intro
Yep.
on Kalimba. I need a minor scale. Okay.
Okay. Also needs
Is
like
that the actual Bad Batch theme?
well, you also need to like hit the back and do like a dun 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 dun. There you go. All right. So, we're gonna smash through this just so we don't bore dear Benjamin too much.
It's all good.
But this episode is one glorified jailbreak, pretty much. And I forget to say this every single time. You know, the Disney Plus Star Wars has like that Star Wars intro.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I was like, how else am I going to explain this? They make it different for each show, and I've forgotten to remark on that each
Really?
time.
Ah,
Yeah.
how
I
so?
picked up on that.
Yeah, for the Mandalorian one, there's like a Stormtrooper helmet, like Phasma's helmet, Mando helmet, all of that. For this one, it's like General Grievous, Chopper, Sabine Wren.
Assassin droids, I think.
Yeah, an assassin droid. Yeah. They've made it different. They've updated it, which I think is
That's brilliant.
it's a nice touch.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
I love that whole sequence too. I really like it.
It's grown on me. At first I was like, but yeah.
Right from the get-go, I thought, I like this.
All right, well, we begin on a character, a clone running through the jungle, gets captured, pretty much.
Yep.
That's about it. It's nighttime. He's running through the jungle. The batch gets sent to by Rex to find him, rescue him. This is like me smashing through this. Please stop me if you've got any points. They pretty much land on the luscious green planet. My note for this one is gorgeous scene setting. Man, like it's almost picture perfect. Some of the landscaping things in this.
Yeah.
It's very, very nice. They find out that it's a home to an Imperial stronghold, which is, shock, surprise. Upon pressing further in, they find out that the clone they're sent to rescue is Gregor. Now, surely you remember this guy.
I remember the name, but I can't remember who he was connected to.
Okay, so the crazy eccentricness of him should have been the tip-off as well as his name. If I said in Rebels...
Is he in Rebels?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me jog your memory. So when we find Rex on Rebels, he's with 2 other clones. They're
Yeah.
just chilling out on some backwater planet.
On the ATTE or whatever.
Yeah, that's it. So he's with Wolf, Commander Wolf,
Yep.
and with Gregor.
Okay.
And
so
Gregor is
Gregor's
like
the crazy
full on,
one.
almost lost his mind at that point. He's just laughs at everything.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did not pick up on that. Like, I knew I recognized the name from somewhere, but I couldn't place it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised then with that thread to then see Wolf at some point in these next couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting. Him with his handlebar
That would be cool.
mustache. It's cool stuff.
Do you reckon he'll have it?
No. No. Come on. Next note from that. Well, you get to see the commando units. I've just written very cool. These are guys with like the T shape in their helmets. And welcome to my highlight. We've been doing that as well. Highlights of the episodes. Just the commander with like the yellow paint on him. The yellow markings on him. Pretty much his superiority over the other units, like being able to roll around and duck under the fire. Clearly, he's way better suited to combat, being a commander that he is. So that was very fun to see. And it pretty much ends with Hunter falling out of the escape ship onto the ground. Very long fall, so
Yeah.
there's that.
Yep.
Excellent. The Bad Batch is forced to leave without him against Omega's wishes. Here's me calling her Omega, unironically.
Oof.
It's how you say it now, right?
Yeah, I think so. Or Omega, if you're other one else. That's pretty much it. So he's left surrounded. He's surrendered, and there's going to be some kind of rescue mission for him, clearly. Having said that, we are expecting some of them to start biting the bullet, as it were.
I don't want them to. There was one more thing that you missed, though, at the end. With the
Kaminoan Prime Minister.
part. Well, yeah, I forgot about that. But Crosshair,
Yeah? What's he do?
he rocks up.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's right, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he walks over to Hunter, and Hunter's like, I was expecting you at some point. Or something to that extent. And Crosshair says something along the lines of, now to get the rest of them.
You disappoint me.
Pretty much.
What's the Kaminoan Prime Minister look like?
Well, like you
Just
remember.
like the rest.
Brachiosaurus crossed with a person.
Long neck boy.
Do they all just look the same? Does this guy look special at all?
Yeah, he's got like a mohawk type thing.
Oh,
He's the... Ah, man, how to remember his voice. I
Is
don't
he
know.
in episode 2?
Yeah.
Is that- Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. These clones were genetically formed. Yeah, that.
Oh, there you go.
Whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, the episode ends on him, like, meeting his demise.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, there he is. Yeah. They couldn't have cut his head off because he's got that neck guard thing.
True. Well, they shot him with bullets made of lasers.
I forgot that they did that.
Well, you don't see it. It was kind of tasteful. It's pretty much like, yeah, you're finished. And then the door closes on him and he's like, ah, well.
So he could still be alive.
No. Very much doubt it. He makes a point about how this new empire is very different from the Republic, and he makes a whole plan of escaping and going away because he pretty much knows that they're finished, and then now he really is.
Well, watch those after credit scenes, boys.
Yeah.
He's like climbing on the outside of the ship.
Bullet holes all through him.
Yeah.
I cannot be so easily. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Overall, probably my second or third favorite episode, actually.
Wow, yeah.
It's funny I've got so little to say about it other than it was just a great action episode.
Yeah, it was a very good episode.
No sort of really deeper themes running there. Ooh, not that I can remember. But yeah,
so.
just great little action piece. Very well animated. That is for
I
sure.
agree. You know, one of the best things about that episode, in my opinion, was you get a lot of episodes that they feel like they're just setting up the storyline or setting up the climax. They're just tension, build up episodes, but that's it. There's nothing there. This episode was that with, like you say, action. Like, it was a really, really good episode all the way through, but it still set up the climax really, really well.
Yeah,
Fantastic episode.
absolutely. Yeah, I'll go back and take some screenshots, I think, of that scenery because it was really nice. But Disney Plus have completely banned screenshotting now. Have you
Really?
seen that? I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
They're running some kind of software where if you take a screenshot of it on any device, it just
I
comes up
didn't
as
think
black.
that was new.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been making memes, like for meme purposes.
Fair enough.
Like I've been screenshotting since Disney Plus started, and then
Right.
all the way up until like last week, it just randomly stopped working for me.
Wow. What about screen recording?
Same deal. I guess it's like anti-piracy type thing, but like screenshotting, come on. Anyway.
How are we going to get our wholesome memes now?
Yeah. Oh, wholesome? I don't know. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. I would rate that one, yeah, like I said, pretty highly. Maybe like even 7 or 8 out of 10.
I'd be going closer to 8 or 9. I
Okay.
really, really liked it.
Yeah. No, it was fun. It was all around fun and would recommend for would enjoy. And spoilers behind. Sorry. Terrible. Sorry about the Prime Minister, Ben.
Man, I like that guy.
Shame. Liked.
Yeah.
Past tense.
Well, I'm holding out hope.
Okay. Ben says save the Prime
Call
Minister.
me crazy, but
Crazy. All right, well, let's move into another game here. This is something I quite enjoy. This is the Sacred. In fact, Ben, would you yell this out for me? This is Sacred Text.
the sacred Jedi text.
Sacred Jedi texts. My programming forbids me from translating it.
My programming forbids me from translating it.
Rightly so. Now, you were primed, I think, with your Count Dooku voice, Ben.
Oh dear.
If you want to give it a rest and let Liam be Dooku,
Okay.
you can. Or we know Liam likes a good Obi-Wan. He can't help himself.
I'm good with either.
Look, let's let him be Obi-Wan.
Oh, all right.
Either,
Then.
either. I'm cool, man.
All right.
Cool as a cucumber.
We'll do that.
Good.
We'll do that. Ben has his redemption coming along. It wasn't that bad, actually, before.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Well, now I'll actually remind myself of a few other Count Dooku lines aside from like the two that everyone knows.
Yeah. Trying to prompt yourself like outside of the script is quite, it's something. So I'm taking you to Geonosis here. This is the interrogation with Count Dooku and Obi-Wan. Here we go. So this is Interior Geonosis Prison Cell Day. Count Dooku walks into a cell holding Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is suspended in a force field, turning slowly as blue electric bolts restrain him. Count Dooku circles Obi-Wan as they talk.
Traitor.
Hello, my friend. This is a mistake, a terrible mistake. They've gone too far. This is madness.
I thought you were the leader here, Dooku.
This had nothing to do with me, I assure you. I promise you I will petition immediately to have you set free.
Well, I hope it doesn't take too long. I have work to do.
May I ask why a Jedi Knight is all the way out here on Geonosis?
I've been tracking a bounty hunter named Jango Fett. Do you know him?
There are no bounties hunters here that I'm aware of. Geonosians don't trust them.
Well, who can blame them? But he is here, I can assure you.
It's a great pity that our paths have never crossed before, Obi-Wan. Qui-Gon always spoke very highly of you. I wish he was still alive. I could use his help right now.
Qui-Gon Jinn would never join you.
Don't be so sure, my young Jedi. You forget that he was once my apprentice, just as you were once his. He knew all about the corruption in the Senate, but he would never have gone along with it if he'd known the truth, as I have.
The truth?
The truth? What if I told you that the Republic was now under the control of the Dark Lords of the Sith?
No, that's impossible. That's not possible. The Jedi would be aware of it.
Well, which is it, impossible or not possible?
Tell us.
The dark side of the Force has clouded their vision, my friend. Hundreds of senators are now under the influence of a Sith Lord called Darth Sidious.
I don't believe you.
The Viceroy of the Trade Federation was once in league with this Darth Sidious, but he was betrayed 10 years ago by the Dark Lord. He came to me for help. He told me everything. The Jedi Council would not believe him. I tried many times to warn them, but they wouldn't listen to me. Once they sensed the Dark Lord's presence, it would then be too late. You must join me, Obi-Wan, and together we will destroy the Sith.
A bit Darth Vader-y there.
Rest of the line.
I will never join you, Dooku.
Count Dooku turns to leave.
It may be difficult to secure your release.
There we go.
That was surprisingly difficult.
Yeah. Nicely done. Yeah. I think, yeah.
You make a good Dooku.
Oh, thank
Really
you.
captured the
Yeah.
spirit of it there.
That was good.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean,
awesome.
yeah. Well,
It's the more we've been talking about Qui-Gon and sort of thinking about him recently, I was like, oh, yeah, I could see that happening.
What's
or
that now?
like Count Dooku's saying of like Qui-Gon maybe going a different path.
yeah, well.
Plausible.
Yeah. Well, I have got here a little bit of a core topic. We'll see how this goes. This was a silly thought that came to mind, but the more I thought about it, it kind of became something. So I'm posing the question here. Turnsounds@gmail.com. Let us know. Are Hutts really a species? Those slimy, sluggy guys. I'm saying Hutt is just a title, if you will, or a family name, because I thought it's weird that Jabba the Hutt. You don't hear like Chewie the Wookiee or
Yeah.
Jar Jar the Gungan or anything like that. And thinking about it, in the original New Hope, with the scene cut out, Jabba was just going to be a human being, right? You remember that
Yeah.
cutaway thing? And you even have Han there saying, Jabba, you're a wonderful human being. And
Yeah.
it kind of got to me, and I was like, the only sort of reference we have to them is saying, Captain Panaka says the Hutts are gangsters and stuff like that, or Qui-Gon says, oh, we can resolve this matter with the Hutts. Like, every way you say it, it's kind of like, yeah, it could just be like the Falcones, or someone, just some evil group. And I'm saying, in my own head logic, a Hutt might not be that
Yeah,
species.
I would agree based off that.
I like it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Which is why, like me, Isaac the Hutt, I could just be part of the family without
Yeah,
being a slug
part of
guy.
the clan.
Yeah.
gang.
That's true. But do you have
Inaugurated.
to be whatever the species is in order to be a Hutt, though?
That's it. And then I thought to myself, well, you've also got like Gardola the Hutt or like Zero the Hutt or whatever, and they also happen to be slug people as well, right? And so there's that.
Well, maybe they're all related. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
family.
yeah. Yep. All those
Yeah.
dumb memes about family on Facebook.
Oh yeah, that as well.
Can't stand those. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sure our other co-host Andrew would have some kind of something to say about it.
Yeah. No, I like that. That makes a lot of
It
sense.
fits.
I mean, it's probably pretty easy to draft them into like that's the species, and it's like
Yeah, it could go either way.
yeah.
Yeah.
But look,
I'm curious. Do they actually say the word Hutt in episode 4? Because they call him Jabba, but I can't think of a line where they say Jabba the Hutt.
ooh,
Good point.
does he say like at some point later on? Doesn't Han say like, yeah? I think he just says Jabba's got like a massive bounty on my head or something.
I don't even know if he says the name like towards the end.
Yeah,
There's a big bounty on my head or something, but yeah.
he says
Yeah,
that.
that's
in
a
episode-
question for the listeners, maybe.
Ooh, Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. I mean, maybe I could have done a bit more digging there, but I was
That's
honestly
a good thought. I think that makes a lot of sense, though.
I was expecting some pushback, so there we go. Cool. All right then. Well, with that then, I reckon let's jump into another little quick game we call. This one we did once and then forgot about. It's called The Lesser of Two Evils.
You must do what you feel is right, of course.
Da-da-da. And if I'm not careful, just that bit will get this whole thing copyright stricken.
Yeah.
Gosh.
YouTube is a savage when it comes to those things.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm putting to you the question here. Lesser of two evils, so we got to choose, right? I'm either saying Jabba in A New Hope, like the pretty shifty animation that was done,
Okay.
right? Or not having the scene take place at all, like in the original release.
1,000% not having the scene take place at all.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, Liam, what do you reckon?
I'm gonna be on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As cringy as it is, Jabba is an important part of the storyline.
Yep.
And it speaks volumes as to why Han is doing what he's doing. Yeah, needs to have Jabba the Hutt.
Because otherwise, what have you got, right? You've got Greedo saying...
Yeah. But that's the whole thing with that scene is half the dialogue is the exact same or just different worded version of what they just talked about with Greedo. Like they're talking about the exact same things and they go over pretty much like some of the exact same lines. And so it's just repeating information that we heard like 5 minutes ago.
True, you do have Han saying the exact, like, you know, even I get bored sometimes, like, exactly. But the only difference is with Greedo, he kills Greedo, right? And so effectively you could say, oh, he's gotten away from that danger now. But with this scene included, you've got Jabba pretty much being like, look, you killed my boy. You massacred my boy. And with the threat of pretty much like, look, you better pay up or else, pretty much. Like, you know, I like you, but I'd hate to have to kill you, pretty much. And so he's got that looming over him going forward. And I don't know. All right, so let me put it to you.
Well, I'd have to look at the scene again and see what they talk about, how they come to the, like, how they resolve it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, go on. You finish.
Well, what does Jabba say? Like, I'll put a bounty on your head so high that you won't be able to hide on any planet or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because as well, my question to you would be then, so it's not so much that it's janky animation, Ben. It's more like we've already heard the...
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And just, the scene, like, I feel like even, again, I'd have to see what they actually say, but I feel like it kind of makes Jabba seem less threatening because, sure, what he's saying, like, is threatening him, but it kind of seems like they get along enough. And he's like, all right, he lets him off the hook to an extent, and Han steps on him and teases him and stuff like that, and gets away with it. So, whereas if it's like there's these bounty hunters coming, like Greedo tries to kill Han,
yeah,
and so there's obviously a big price on his head. Jabba doesn't care if he's dead or alive. And so the fact that, there's all these bounty hunters out there after him and the second one catches up with him, he's gone straight into the freezing chamber, straight to Jabba, and it's like this big deal. Mm-hmm. But then in that scene, it seems like they get along. It's like, oh, yeah, you owe me for that. You better pay up at some point. But it seems a lot less threatening.
You make a very good point.
You know what, Ben? Now that I'm thinking about it like that as well, if we never see Jabba the Hutt in episode 4... and you're just wondering the whole time, like, who's this Jabba? You think probably like another human, right?
Yeah.
And then when you finally get to see him, like, the very first time in episode 6, what? He's this giant slug? Like, it makes the reveal so much more kind of shocking in a way.
True.
Yeah. I have been convinced.
Yeah.
I'm on the same page now.
1,000%.
That would have made episode 6, like you say, so much cooler, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, look at this weird slug thing. This is what's been hunting Han down the whole time?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
'Cause, for anyone who doesn't know, that scene wasn't in the movie originally. That's another special edition add-on. So, the movie definitely works without it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'm convinced.
I'm with you there. All right.
Well
so
played.
we
Well played.
yeah, the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
There it is. Well done. Cool. Well, I reckon we're nearing. It's going to be a bit of a shorter one today, probably. We've got some extra content, of course, for people who are plugged in at turnsounds.com. That's where the party continues. Yeah. Worth it. On a downward note, we're going to hand over the reins to Ben for a second. It seems like somebody has entered the great beyond.
Yeah. So sadly, it was about a week ago now that it happened, and just today or yesterday they announced it on Twitter online. His family did that J.W. Rinsler has died. He's been fighting cancer for a while now. So yeah, that's definitely sad news. He's written a bunch of behind the scenes books from Revenge of the Sith through to the 3 original trilogy, and he worked at Lucasfilm for ages. Did a lot of great work with archival stuff. Just making sure that things were actually found and preserved and stuff like that from the original movie that probably wouldn't have been otherwise. So yeah, if you've read the books at all, you'll know how much great work he's done and the sort of stuff that he's put into that. And he's definitely been a big inspiration for me as far as behind the scenes content and all that sort of stuff, which I'm hoping to move into. So yeah, very sad to hear about that. But yeah, definitely, I think he's left a good legacy behind, and he's done a lot of awesome stuff. So, yeah.
What was your last word with him, Ben?
Oh, I'll have to look it up. I don't know. Probably like
Goodbye.
Fitting. But we did chat over email a few times even after that. So yeah, he was really generous because I had a consult with him just about how to tell behind the scenes stories, how to interview people and all those things before I started work on this documentary. And I paid for his time for the consult, but he just went above and beyond and was really generous, sending all different articles about writing and then following up afterwards. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Nice guy. And definitely wish his family all the best and sympathies. So yeah.
Ben will continue the legacy, don't you worry.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Excellent. Alrighty, well, I reckon we're now going to move into no disintegrations. Why don't we? Because that's
awesome.
And stop disintegrating.
No disintegration.
We say to all you Star Wars fans, there's plenty to like about the franchise, and we get sung into this, dear Benjamin. Who's it gonna be?
Oh, I always say Elvis, don't I?
Pretty much. Is that the only one you remember?
Yeah, Frank Sinatra.
All right, look, we haven't had Frankie in a while.
All right.
We play these in post now, so I don't subject them to the torture anymore.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Frank Sinatra, for all you do. Oh, blue eyes.
Fly me to Naboo, let me play on Mustafar. Let's talk midichlorians and hang out with Jar Jar. In other words, watch with me. Episode 1, 2, 3.
Alrighty.
Good job, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
On key as always. Yep. So, no disintegrations. Part of the show where we bring something that we like and we end the show with something else after that. So, not really a finale anymore, is it?
Kind of.
Yeah. Well, let me take it to you first. I was listening to A New Hope while I was swimming. And so I really got to listen to the conversations or the dialect that Han has with Leia while they're running through the Death Star. And pretty much I like the way that he finds out she's a princess and that she's rich and all of that. And so you'd expect him to be all gentleman-like with her. But straight up, he's like, would you like it better in your cell? Or, I don't take orders from you and all of these different things. And so... And she fires right back at him as well, like calling him an idiot and all of those things. So it's a fun building block for their relationship. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
nice.
It's funny. Liam,
me. I love and I'm using this word because it is the only word that fits. I love the sound the TIE fighters make. Such a cool sound.
Care to give us a... Wow.
That's actually not bad.
Maybe if I like move across.
That's probably the best one.
Gee.
Wow. Haven't heard a better one than
Hidden
that.
talent right there.
I'm actually part Transformer TIE fighter.
You've heard the Kylo Ren TIE Fighter, surely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to think how it sounds.
Okay. As he goes like running through the mud on crate, he makes the noise.
Does he?
Yeah. I will I'll play it for you after the show.
Yeah.
Ben.
Admiral Akbar. I'm
Hey.
sure, I don't know if this has been said at one point before, maybe.
Totally
but
fine.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I was like, that's a cool design. Like, he's got these big Popeye things.
yeah.
But as with a lot of things in Star Wars, like, there's an element of, like, it looks cool. Sometimes it looks beautiful or cute, or whatever. But there's always a little bit of ugly in there. He's got weird things hanging from his chin and stuff. So, yeah, I just think it's a cool design. Just the big head and the big eyes. It looks cool.
He's got his hands in
funny
his like
looking
front
guy.
pockets all the time while he's talking.
Yeah, you don't want to look at those.
The wet breaths.
Yeah. But I was just thinking, I think it's cool.
Yeah. And I like the voice that comes with him. I
Yeah,
think it's
for sure.
exactly what you'd expect. Can you imagine if he
Yeah.
just sounded like you or me talking?
Yeah.
It's a trap.
How's it going?
Yeah. That thing's operational. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I hadn't thought about that.
Very cool. But yeah, Star Wars is great at that anyway. Just
Oh, yeah.
the voices they pick just fit so well.
Mm.
Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna stick by that. Yeah, cool. Well, we're gonna move now.
Including me, sir?
No.
No disintegrate.
Yeah, to think twice.
Because he came to mind. And no. Okay. Final part. Let's go. Voice of the day.
You can understand that thing?
Oh, so now we went through the entire original trilogy.
Wow.
I don't know if we started at episode 4. I think we did.
Oh, no, I think you started at 1, didn't you?
1, did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought so. I could be wrong.
You're probably right, actually. Yes, actually, you're so right, because we heard that Geonosian guy, and that was terrible.
Yeah. That was terrible.
Oh, it's awful. So here we find ourselves now in the sequel trilogy. We're going to do Solo and Rogue One afterward when we move
Okay.
to. So this is the very first alien dialect that we hear, and it's so tiny and like minuscule, but it's there. This is, and I didn't even know what it was. I called it the random alien from Force Awakens. This is as BB-8.
Poke its head up in the
Yeah,
sand.
that's it. He's rolling away on the desert, and this thing pops up and makes this noise. That's it. One more
That's a
time.
weird noise.
Core tuna.
Yep. Yep.
It sounds a little too, like, synthetic. Yeah.
One more time. I mean, yeah.
It doesn't really matter. It's in a
know
mood
what
for
he's
2
saying now.
seconds.
Do it again. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Well, I think that's just about it. You know, we this has been a bit of a shorter one, but look, unless you guys have got anything else that's on your mind, I do have a couple of other talking points, but I kind of want to save them for next week, I think. But look, I encourage you and any of our listeners to watch Star Wars again. Find something new. In fact, all right, here's one for you. Maybe I won't tell you on air. You guys can email me if you know the answer to this. In one Star Wars movie, and only
Holiday
one.
special.
No. We see R2-D2 walking downstairs.
Yep.
Episode 2.
Well, the listeners will have to let me know. It's very random. It's like absolutely crazy. In fact, look, I'm gonna answers in for plugged in people, and we're gonna move there. Turnsounds.com. We're gonna continue this.
Okay.
So until the next one, for everyone else, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Isaac, Mark Anthony,
The youngling Liam.
Benjamin.
Jabba Chowa. Yeah. Old Ben.